Right, how's it going? I'm back to another kitchen briefing. So week beginning, I think it's the 6th of May. Well, year's flying in. It does, once the open is over, it tends to fly in, although it'll feel a little bit different next year. Sorry, to get started then. So Monday's bank holiday. So as you know, we don't open on bank holidays. Just gives coaches an opportunity to take a step back and to have a day that they know they're going to be off. If the weather's anything like this, it's nice out. It's a good opportunity just to get outside and to do something, rob someone's dog, go for a nice walk, spend some time outside. It's good for you. On Tuesday then we're back to our squats, so sandbag squats and the lunges. So they've been going well. They're quite tough, but quite doable as well. And we've noticed as the reps went up last week that they still got a little bit tougher. So reps, if we went with the 50 kilo sandbag or the D-ball or 30 for the ladies, last week we can bump up the squats to 12 and we'll bump up the lunges to 10 and 10 on each side. It is good if we didn't hit that, maybe try and stay with like the 8s or 10s from previous weeks and go a little bit heavier with one of the sandbags. After that then we have a 12-minute AMRAP, just a little couplet today of American kettlebell swings and pull-ups. So we have this opening here and closing, nothing too leggy. Then after that we get to use the glutes a lot for the swings, but we'll see how we get on. I think the reps aren't too high, it's 20 and 8 or something like this. It's nice. It allows us to go to move and get back and forth so we don't get bogged down too much in it. Banded floor routine, I think maybe you can come back after a few days or a day off. Just with the squats, it's nice. So the floor routine we do when we get into the kind of Spider-Man stretch, Samson stretch and the pigeon stretch that we do on the floor before class. If you're in early and you want to do some mobility work, distract the hip when we do all those, but spend like a minute to 90 seconds in each position on each leg. It'll take you about 6 minutes. And it's nice to really get into those positions and open up and relax. Afterwards, we'll get in with the quads if you have time, get a barbell out, and we'll spend some time just smashing out the quads a little bit. It feels horrible at the time, but it's really nice afterwards, it helps. Wednesday, Olympic lifting day, so we have a hang clean double, I think every 90 seconds for 10 rounds. We want to try and add weight across the 10 rounds, not across, we want to finish heavier than we started. So we can add weight every round, or we can just maybe think about using the 10 sets to work up to a heavy single, or we can dial it back a little bit and okay, well my hang cleans aren't great. I want to work on technique and we can stay a little bit lighter but maybe come in quite light, and then we do want to add some weight at some stage as we go across. 4 rounds then, inner metcon of some handstand walks, some sit-ups and some wall balls. Nothing too heavy today, so the heavy stuff will be in the Olympic lifting maybe. So I think it's only 40 feet handstand walks. We'll break it up into 10-foot sections and we'll scale that down to wall walks then. So I think it's 10 feet, we'll go 4 wall walks. Sit-ups, ab mat if we want. I'm not too pushed with this, it should break up evenly enough. And if we've been using the GHD a lot, outside of, like if we've been hitting it early in class or before class, after class, or if we've been using it all the time, we can do our sit-ups and that today, and then wall balls or wall balls, right? So there might be a little bit of wrangling at the gym just to see about the logistics of it, but it shouldn't be a huge issue. Nice, looking forward to that one. Before class then, when you come in, let's open up that front rack. We love to be able to catch those catch those cleans well. So we will have a little look at that during class, but if you know that you're a little bit tight, or even just anyway, it'd be nice to come in and to be able to fly through that. Afterwards then, let's have a little look at giving the elbow a little bit of love. So sometimes the triceps get a little bit tight, so get a cross ball, move down through or put it on a box, we get a little bit of movement through the elbow, and then even in the top of the forearm here, we'll see, open up the elbows a little bit. Thursday is our gymnastics day. I just want to put a little note on this. So Friday went really well. There was a load of people in for a gymnastics class. So thanks for suggesting it. Thanks for coming in. It was deadly. I enjoyed it, and hopefully you got something out of it. We'll move on. We'll do something different next week. But what I wanted to say about this is we went through the why of a lot of the stuff that we do. We've only one gymnastics day this week, and it's our dip support and bent arm pulling. So dip support and rope lunge, and we're missing that straight arm pull, and we're also missing the other stuff, so we don't have any core work in there this week as well. So what I'd like you to do, if you can, is either pick one of the elements that we did last week, or pick that straight arm pulling day that we did the previous week, and to add it in somewhere. If spend 10 minutes, if they're like 10-minute EMOMs after class, and get it in. If gymnastics is something that you're really I really want to get this, we have so much stuff to do in class, like everything. It's the nature of CrossFit, and we have all our conditioning elements. But if we're in on Thursday, then maybe on Tuesday, or maybe even on Saturday, another day, come in and get that done. Before class, after class, it's not an issue. Ideally you don't pull something out, but if you come in on Friday and you're absolutely wrecked after the week, maybe don't do the Metcon and do that instead. Have a chat to me if that's what you're going to do. I don't think it's the best thing to do. We don't want to add a load of stuff in either. We don't want to keep piling stuff on and on and on, and all of a sudden you're spending like 2 hours in the gym and you're not loving CrossFit anymore. We'd like to come in an hour in and out, done, and that helps it to keep the love. But if it is something that you want, sometimes you just have to put in an extra little bit, but it is just a little bit. So back to this, so it's EMOM, dip support, and the bent arm pulling. So we are here fully locked out, shoulders back, squeeze the lats and the triceps together, and so you can get a little bit of rotation here and get the palms facing forward, and a bent arm pulling. So we're going again with legless rope climbs. One legless rope climb, one rope climb. Anyone who is up with this, good with that, I'm going to add a little bit. I challenge you to not come off the rope. So on your legless rope climb, up, feet come in on the way down, and then don't come out, just stay a couple of inches or even a couple of feet off the floor and go up, so we get 2 unbroken rope climbs. If we have been hesitant about trying a legless rope climb, we can go through a couple of things with this. So if we're comfortable with a rope climb, but we're unsure about this, but we still have a few chin-ups, what we can do, instead of jumping and going real high, we can sit down on the floor and we can start low, and it's easy to generate tension and stuff there then, and we can go, and even a couple of poles, even if when we swing the feet down, we're not that far off the ground, and it's a nice way to do it. So an extra challenge this week is to go after your rope climb. If you've been just hanging out on the one on the rig and practicing your clamp or something else, let's see if we can go with one of the tall ropes. You don't have to go all the way up. If we've been avoiding the legless rope climbs, let's go in and we can start a little bit lower with that. Or if we've been doing the legless and the rope climb, let's see can we stay on the rope for the whole thing. So an extra challenge for that on Thursday. A little chipper then, so a dumbbell hang clean and jerk for 50 total reps. Break it up however you want. I think, don't quote me on that, this may be alternating, I have to check, sorry. 40 toes to bar, 30 thrusters, so I think it's just normal weight, so 45 and 30, and then 20 burpee over the bar. We're going to add some weight to the bar, and we've got 10 clusters then at the end, just at the clean thruster, but it's only 10. Should be able to fly through this nice and quick. We're going to be sub 15 on this. I think everyone should be sub 15. The big bit here where this gets bogged down is going to be the toes to bar. It's 40. This one, the hang clean and jerk, we can just kind of flow through it and keep moving. But with the toes to bar, if we don't break those up properly, it can go a little bit pear-shaped. So if we have it, maybe 4 sets of 10 with a little break. I'm not going to be there, maybe like 6 or 8 or something like this with short breaks and just try and chip into it. The one thing that I find that's toughest about this is you do 6 reps and you're like, 6, it's nowhere near 40. Yeah, but we have to think back to what this is. It is a chipper. The reps are supposed to be a little bit high, but when we're finished, we're done. So we just kind of will have to chip away out. But 40 reps, we've done lots this week, past high reps like hundreds of pull-ups, and we were in the high, like even the power snatches, and on Friday, and the cleans on Wednesday we were up into 60s and 80s. So 40 shouldn't be that bad, but it's just being able to switch your mind off and go, okay, well, if I get through it, and then as you get closer to 30, 40, it becomes a little bit easier. Pre-workout today, spend some time, get a band out, get it nice and low on the rig and distract the ankles and see can we get a little bit of movement through that, and then we'll spend some time in a couch stretch afterwards. That's okay. On Thursday we did the gymnastics stuff. Cool. Friday we are down, so we don't have our it was up here, that single arm push and pull. So Friday we have barbell push, so we're going to establish a 3 rep max push press. I think this is from the floor as well. Sorry, I should really check my notes before I come in here. So I'll check that. 3 rep max push press from the floor. So each one will have to clean the bar up. Just adds a little bit of a challenge to be able to generate that tension rather than taking the bar out of the rack. We know we can stay really tight there. There shouldn't be a difference between one from the floor, but you might find that from the floor you might go a little bit heavier because you really have to work hard and everything has to get dialed in beforehand. Afterwards, we've a 3 rep or a 10-minute AMRAP of 4 bar muscle ups and 8 burpee box jump overs. So just another body weight one, nice and quick. This time 10 rounds. If we don't have bar muscle ups, I think we'll have an opportunity here to go after a nice scale, something that will, I was saying to the class on Friday about the gymnastics, that it's challenging for us, but I think it's a good challenge to find scaling options for everyone that are tough, that allow you to develop the skill of the gymnastics work. So something that will actually help you get better at bar muscle ups rather than just getting a workout, and to be able to get a workout in. But we'll have a look and see. I think maybe something, if we go with the low, people seem to get on well with the low bar ones or the jumping bar muscle ups last week. It's not perfect, but it does have it. But what we might do is, if we're comfortable, if we all get over the bar, we might look at what happens underneath the bar again this week. T-spine barrel stretch, so grab a foam roller or a half foam roller and see can we open up that T-spine. Even the peanuts with the lacrosse balls, it's nice, and we can get some movement there, and then we'll stretch out the lats and stuff afterwards. Saturday, Coughlin. This is a very sneaky little hero workout. We're going to do it in pairs. So what Coughlin is you have to accumulate 6 minutes in a hang, and every time you come off the bar you have to run 800 meters and do 30 push-ups. So what we're going to do is we'll change it slightly to go in pairs. So we're going to have a combined 12-minute bar hang, 6 minutes each, or if we're a little bit up and down, that's no problem. And then every time you break, so if you come off first, you wait for your buddy, you'll add up your combined time, record it, and then we're going to do a 400 meter run together. So we'll get the 800 meter run, and then we're going to do 30 push-ups, but you can do them, you can break them up however. It's nice, and it's a nice way to get in on a Saturday. Beforehand, pecs and lats, let's get in the foam roller and really kind of open that up a little bit so that we're not a bit tight on the bar hang, and then it's going to be nice and easy for us to hang out there. And then we give the forearms some love, top and bottom, with a lacrosse ball or even a a barbell, something, or even just to spend a few minutes with the thumbs getting in and finding some gnarly bits and see can we work it out a little bit. It just feels nice. I think that's it for this week. So get in and try and do an extra little bit of gymnastics work if you can. Hit those EMOMs, and one of the days maybe let's see if we can do something else. We'll chat about it anyway. But any questions in the meantime? You know where we are. Have a good weekend. Thanks. Dobby says hi.